Hey everybody, welcome back to Taking Trades. So we're going to talk natural gas. We're going to talk UGAZ, DGAZ, /NG, the futures market. I'm going to talk about why I think that UGAZ kept dropping and why it's still dropping after the announcement of the split. Let's jump in. All right, so today I want to start with UGAZ first of all, just because we ended up showing a little bit of a move back to the upside. But when I say that I was wanting to talk about why it keeps dropping, I'm just referring to the fact that we got another gap down this morning. This morning when I was looking at the chart, we had opened and we were gapping down. We were at a low of 765 on 12.9. We sort of pushed back up and then we started dropping on 12.17, 12.18, and then 12.19 we gapped down. And now we're starting late this afternoon to put in a push back to the upside. So I want to talk about why I think this happened and what I think this means now that we're pushing back to the upside. So I've gotten a bunch of emails and a bunch of comments on the channel about what does the reverse split mean and how will it affect my account. So I made the video, and I suggest if you haven't watched it, check out this video right here, because this is going to talk all about the reverse split, how it works, and what your account value will be before and after you go through a reverse split. Then we kept dropping after they announced. We had a gap down from 12.16, we gapped down to 12.17. Then moving on to 12.18, we gapped down again, and then today we gapped down again. So we've had 3 consecutive gap downs. What I think this might be partially due to is people are a little panicked about the reverse split and they're exiting right now. I think people are trying to struggle with, I'm down on my position. What do I do? Do I want to go through the reverse split? And I think ultimately a lot of people I've heard from have said it's not worth it to me and I'm just going to get out. So they're just liquidating their position. And when they sell to close, it causes the price to go down. So no one's been buying. Everybody's been watching or selling. And now after these consecutive days, you can see now we're starting to get a push back to the upside. So I wonder if all the people who were uneasy with this have shed all their shares, and now people who want to stay for the long haul and who are still looking at January, February, March being cold months and counting on a bounce back, they're saying, okay, I'm going to start nibbling again and buying because we're at the absolute lows that we've been to in the past long while. So 765 was our low. Our low today was 791, and then we pushed back to the upside and we ended up closing at $8.44. So a decent recovery today. So 3 gap downs, shares are gone, everyone's getting out of the way, and then that reverse split is going to be coming up on the 23rd. So if you hold any shares prior to the open of the market on December 23rd, 2019, then you will go through the reverse split and your money will hit the account on the 3rd. Now, as far as nerves about the reverse split, the actual process shouldn't be anxiety producing because your value of the account that you hold or the value of your position in UGAZ isn't going to change at all. It's just the numbers are just going to change. If you have 100 shares, you're going to go to 10. And if the value of the shares are 9 per share, you're going to go to 90. It's just multiples of 10 because it's a 1 for 10 reverse split. So don't worry about that. Some of the chatter I'm hearing now is that after the split, if the stock's at 90, does that mean it's going to have bigger swings now? Could I lose more of my money in the interim? And it's difficult to say because you could get larger moves. Like say now instead of moving 50 cents in a day or $1 in a day, you move $3 in a day. Well, it's relative to your position size. Now you only have 10 shares. So really everything is sort of maintained of the scale. So whatever the scale you have now, it's sort of maintaining that in terms of, if the stock loses $1 per share, right now, if you have 100 shares and it loses $1, then that's going to be $100. But If you only have 10 shares and it drops $1, you only lose $10. So everything's magnified by 10. It's divided by 10, multiplied by 10. So really nothing is changing. You're just going to be transformed into fewer shares at a higher value. So I hope that was helpful at all. I want to go over to /NG and take a peek. We ended up having kind of a blank day. We sold off all morning long. I honestly thought we were going to go lower because of all the emails and things I've gotten about getting out of the markets because of this reverse split, because people are perceiving it as scary. And then it just turned around and slowly walked back up, and we kind of closed the day almost unchanged. Now, what's interesting about this is, let me flip over to UNG. So earlier in the day, when UGAZ was still not looking so great, I was looking at UNG, and UNG opened and climbed. And it just made me, it kind of reinforced to me that UNG seems to be a nice product to trade. I'm really enjoying trading UNG versus UGAZ because when UGAZ was holding right here, and really all it comes down to is I think UNG just moved a little quicker this morning, moving to the upside, and moved a little bit more. So I'm curious to see what you guys think about the move in UNG and if you guys are considering trading UNG. And over on the trade tab for the options trades, I still have my position on in this account. You can see where I am here on UNG. I've got the $17 strike, the 17 by 1550. And this is where I sold a put spread. So still watching that. We're trading at 1760, so I'm still out of the money. Looking for continued move to the upside in UNG, so I can possibly get to 50% on this options trade and then close it out. But a good move on UNG, and as far as UGAZ goes, just seemed like it was going to go lower today, and then it decided to start moving back to the upside, but after a pretty good gap down. So if we look at DGAZ, obviously we're just going to get the inverse of what's going on, but gapped up and then just fell. So if you're trading DGAZ, I'd like to hear about that, but I'm starting to wonder, I'd like to know how many of you are still trading UGAZ and DGAZ. I want to know how many of you have just exited, just said, you know what, I'm done, I don't want to go through the reverse split, and I'm out. Comment below, let me know if you did that, because I'm just curious to know how you're feeling about your current position. And it's just kind of a wild time. And on the 23rd, leading up, I'm going to put out a lot of content, a lot of videos, and surrounding the issue and the transition through the reverse split. I just want to capture everything and answer all the questions I can, and also just learn as much as I can about what's going on, because this is the first reverse split in UGAZ that I've ever been through. So it's an experience, I guess, for all of us. But I want to know how you're feeling. Post your comments, your thoughts, your feelings below. I just want to know what's on your mind. Are you nibbling? Are you selling? Are you lightening the load just to make the transition maybe a little less stressful? And also, let me know if you're trading UNG. All right, this is a short one today. Thanks for stopping by. I hope it was helpful. We'll see you next time.